Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about California's severe drought and whether that is adding more pressure on the legislature to come up with a water bond that voters can actually accept. My guest this segment is Andy Vidak, a member of the state Senate from Hanford in the Central Valley. Thanks very much for being with us.
Glad to be here.
So let's talk first of all about the drought in your area. You are a farmer by profession, and the farmers are taking a beating, right?
Oh, they are. Absolutely. This is going to be something that we've never seen before. We had a very, very severe drought 3 years ago, and now, here we are again. It's deja vu all over again, and it's affecting everybody east and west.
And of course, California went through a severe drought in 1976 and 77, but we only had 22 million residents then. Now we have 38.
That's right. That's right. And we've got a lot of folks that are dependent on this. And we've got cities that may not get water this year, and it's unbelievable.
Do you think the pressure is greater now on the legislature to come up with a water bond? I mean, a water bond was drafted in 2009, $11 billion, $11.1 billion. Everybody thought it was too expensive, that the voters would never go for it. Mm-hmm. And now, 5 years later, we still don't have a water bond.
Well, we need this thing. We need it full funded. We need to have the $3 billion in it for surface storage. That a waterless water bond is just a non-starter. We have to have water in this. We have to have surface storage.
And surface storage has been one of the sticking points over the years. The proposal, as many would like to see it, including yourself, would have two reservoirs, correct?
Correct. Yeah, no, that's what we need. And I think statewide, everybody's seeing this drought and seeing how important this is, and we have to invest in our infrastructure. And surface storage is number one.
And they're talking about reducing the cost of the bond from $11 billion to perhaps $6.5 billion, or maybe a little bit more than that. And I gather, as far as you're concerned, you don't care what it is as long as the $3 billion's in it for storage.
We got to have the storage. A waterless water bond makes no sense. I mean, we have to have storage.
Okay, let's segue to another issue that I know you're very interested about, and that's dealing with the Central Valley, but eventually down into Los Angeles, and that's high-speed rail. Mm-hmm. And you are really leading the charge against high-speed rail because you figure it's just a $68 billion boondoggle, right?
Well, $68 billion may be an underestimate. It could be, coming out of our own Senate Transportation Committees are saying it could be $350 billion. I mean, it's 10 times the cost. This is a different animal than the folks voted on.
I mean, you will concede there will be some benefits, obviously, not just for commuters, but in the short term. I mean, building the thing, creating jobs.
Well, I can tell you right now in my district where they're talking about building it and starting to do eminent domain, it's actually being a job killer. Folks are having to move their businesses. They're having a hard time retaining employees because they're not sure that they're going to have a job. And this is just a boondoggle. It's not going to go 220 miles an hour. It's not going down existing corridors. It's going to cost upwards of 10 times the amount of what the people voted for. And so with that being said, I mean, voters in California, this is not what they approved. And if I was on a local Little League board, and I was going to spend $2,000 on a Major League Baseball field, and I spent $9,000, I'd get voted out.
So you think
polls are showing 70% of the folks in California they want to revote on this.
So you'd like to see a revote?
Oh, absolutely. No, it has to happen, I think, because if we're going to spend more money than the voters approved, well, we need to go back to the voters. I mean, that's the way government should work.
So how would you accomplish this?
Well, I've got a bill coming up, and we're gonna see what we can do. It would stop the bonds from being sold, and then it's going to put it to a revote.
All right. Well, a fascinating subject, actually subjects. Senator Vidak, thank you very much for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government On Demand. Have a great day.